With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil.
And you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And today we'll be talking Green Lantern 165, 166, and 167. The beginning of Ben Raab's, his start of his run as full-time writer.
His abbreviated run, I guess.
Well, he was filling. He's done fill-ins before, but yeah, he gets all, 10, 11 issues on this? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to cover 3 of them tonight, so.
Yeah.
So, yes, Rob's run is going to be done like that.
Something is coming, Phil.
Oh, yes. Episode 113. What could be coming in 5 weeks? I don't know. Almost a month. Oh,
Before we jump into Green Lantern stuff, Quantum Leap.
Oh, yeah, you watched it?
Yeah.
The penultimate episode of season 1. Take a drink. Well.
Nice. Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
And Picard has just been firing on all 3.
Oh, yes. Last week's episode, yes.
Yeah.
Pop goes the weasel. Yes. I remember, all right, I'm trying not to be too spoilery, but I just remember, I'm like, okay, everyone's here. I'm like, how are we going to get Troy in here? I'm like, and then at the end of the episode, oh, okay. Okay.
That's how.
Yes.
That's totally how.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, every episode has just been, wow, I mean, and the one before this one, with that character, which I'm not going to spoil because, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Yeah. But that was awesome.
Oh my God, but just the Easter eggs in this last one. I mean, all the ships and, all the stuff in Daystrom. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, now, was that a skeleton of a person that we know that that show? Because I missed it when it was on the screen. It looked.
I thought I saw. I mean, I haven't seen people talking about it, but I swear to God, I thought it said something like the DNA of like James T. Kirk or something like that.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I'm just saying, are we gonna clone like a 90-year-old William Shatner?
Nice, very nice.
But I did say they did announce today. Yeah, I guess sometime this year we are getting the next season of Strange New Worlds. So.
Oh yeah, that show's awesome.
Oh yeah,
and we get the final season of Discovery.
Oh yeah, is it this year? It's either this year or next year. But yeah, we are getting.
But the 5th season will be the final. And
yes.
Discovery's been great too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Lots of good TV out right now.
Yes. But no, that episode of Picard, they showed and mentioned Voyager, and I think I saw on Twitter, Kate Mulgrew was like all happy about it. I'm like, give us the damn Voyager spinoff already.
Well, they're bringing. I think I mentioned this last time. They brought in stuff from the very first episode of Next Gen, right? With the whistle, right? They brought in stuff from Deep Space Nine. They brought in stuff from the end of Next Gen, with that character,
yes.
toward the end of Next Gen. They brought in Voyager stuff.
They brought in more. They brought in Moriarty.
And they brought in stuff from the movies. I really expect them to bring something big in from Enterprise, because it looks like we're playing in the whole sandbox that they built right before Trek was canceled in early 2000s, and then didn't come back for quite a while. But I still expect to see something from Enterprise, and you have to admit that last episode of Enterprise was less than ideal.
What, that holodeck simulation?
Yeah, that episode of Next Gen.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're just like, I don't know if people are feeling Enterprise. Let's just make another episode of Next Gen.
Next Gen, yeah, with Riker and Troy.
Oh, but I mean, people have been clamoring, and I am here for it also, for Todd Stashwick's Captain Shaw to get his own spinoff. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm down.
Oh, dude, I love the fact. Okay, there are spoilers here. Okay, this is just a little scene. It's not a big spoiler, but it's still a spoiler. So please, stop listening now. But he treats Picard and Riker like shit. As soon as Geordi steps on there, he's like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Which I thought was pretty awesome. I keep expecting O'Brien to show up one of these days and him to be the same way with him.
Well, yeah, he's got, I guess he has respect for that engineering.
He was an engineer, yeah.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, I'm so for him to get his own show. I mean, not only is he as big a Star Trek nerd as the rest of us, but yeah, like I said, I've spoken to the man. He is a very nice man, so yes. Give him his own show!
The Titan.
Exactly.
Let's see, anything else? We finished off Last of Us. That ended the first season pretty well, I thought. Kind of depressing, but, it's an apocalypse show, so there you go.
But yeah, Quantum.
Quantum Leap's good. We started Shadow and Bone. We haven't finished it yet. And then we haven't started, is it Carnival? I think that started the second season of it. It's got Orlando Bloom in it.
Oh, okay.
And, what is her name? Cara Delevingne. I can never pronounce her last name. Delevingne.
I know who you're talking about, yeah. Oh, but I was just in there watching the third episode of season 3 of Superman and Lois. It's good this season.
Oh, okay. So I need to catch up on that too, because I think we haven't watched the second season, and we need to catch up on that.
Yeah, it's good, and it's unfortunate they put it on before the train wreck that is Gotham Knights.
I don't know anything about that and won't be commenting on it.
Yes, trust me, you don't need to watch it. No, it's
that bad, huh?
50 million Robins, and they make up they just make up a complete adopted son for Bruce Wayne, who, the first episode, Batman, Bruce Wayne gets killed, and so Batman's dead, even though Harvey Dent's in it. He's not Two-Face yet. Yeah.
Okay.
And this kid didn't know his adopted father was Batman until he dies.
Okay.
And the Robin is Carrie Kelly. This kid's friend is Stephanie Brown. Yes.
Okay.
and they kind of have to team up with Harper Row, her brother, and the Joker's daughter. So,
how could the Joker have a daughter? Is there a Joker?
Yeah. But she's all upset with her father because he kind of the Joker dumped her and her mother, to hook up with Harley Quinn. So.
Okay.
Or at least that's what the Joker's daughter says. And then this kid who, he didn't know his father was Batman, but his father, I guess, had him training and doing stuff. Because, in the second episode last week, he's sword fighting with, a Talon from the Court of Owls. I'm like, really? Really? Your father had you doing some lessons, but all of a sudden you're taking down a Talon. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes. Any negatives on the CW shows? Yes. They just threw all the negatives in a bag, and I knew it was going to be bad when the Batman Gotham Knights video game, when they announced this show, they were all over social media going, "We have nothing to do with this show. We have nothing to do with this show."
That's not good. Not good at all.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. Hold on.
Batman. My
There we go.
favorite character.
Thank you. Sorry, Ray. And in a few days here, we will have a house guest.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, I do have. That's cool because how long is Lilith going to be there?
For the weekend. She's getting in like Friday night, and she's leaving sometime Sunday. Yeah.
Very cool. If I can derail this for a second, I mean we're already kind of derailed, but I think but I kind of love The Legend of Zelda, kinda, right?
I think I've heard you mention it before. Yeah.
Yeah. They had 10 minutes of gameplay video released today,
Ooh.
and the game's going to be out in 45 days, in case you're wondering. Not that I'm counting or anything. But it looks cool. It looks very cool.
What is that on the Nintendo Switch or what?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. It's weird because Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game. I'm like, this is awesome. So,
Oh, you didn't play it back in the day?
no, I mean I'm old enough, but I never did for some reason or another.
Huh.
And then played Breath of the Wild. Went back and played because they've released them for the Switch. I played Link's Awakening and Skyward Sword, and then even did Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, which is mainly just a spam your combat button, but it's still fun because the character designs are all the same from Breath of the Wild. But yeah, big fan. Looking forward to it.
Oh my god, I saw something. It might have been on Facebook. Was it today or yesterday? It was an original Game Boy, from like 1990. Original Game Boy. Well, no. It's even better. I guess it was the Game Boy like some soldier had over, in the Middle East during, Desert Storm or whatever back then.
Mm-hmm.
It must have got bombed. The outside is all charred and black, but it still works. Like they keep it. I guess what is it? The Nintendo store or something in New York, and it's like they keep it consistently plugged in, and it still works.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like they don't build them like that no more.
Yeah, the boys have their Nintendo DSs. I think those still work and maybe even connect to the Wi-Fi. So that's kind of cool. During quarantine, during the first part of the pandemic, I was home. Stace was playing and on the Switch. And I'm like, she's having fun with Animal Crossing. I said, well, we need to get another Switch so that I can play Animal Crossing with you. So okay, cool. So we got that. Then I started really playing the heck out of Zelda and all the other games too. Yep.
Yeah, there's some kind of I know Ray's been obsessed. He's been telling me there's some kind of Marvel deck building game or something. I don't know. There's like an app or something. But yeah, I guess he says he's been obsessed with that lately.
I've heard about that. I haven't played it or anything, but
Yes, because the other day I saw it on Facebook or something. I guess he was all happy. He must have got the Moon Knight card or whatever.
Oh, they probably don't have a Quasar card. Do they?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Oh yeah.
Are we talking about Guy Gardner issues today or something?
I had to explain that to Justin Saturday night because we were we recorded 2 episodes, but both on Avengers: The Crossing, and we were talking. We got off in the middle of it. We were talking about other Marvel stuff, and I was just like, I had to explain them the whole Guy Gardner effect, where it's like, yeah, if there's something you really don't want to touch.
We talk about everything else.
Exactly.
And, I guess that's not really fair. These issues
They're not bad.
They're not bad. It's just, it seems to continue some of the things that Winnick set up that, I don't know. We get to see Terry again finally.
Yes.
Which is cool.
What's funny you say that because it's like, I kind of think of these almost like the opposite of the Winnick stuff because Winnick tried to go way personal with Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And these seem almost the other end where it's just like more the superhero side than anything Kyle Rayner. Yeah.
Well, so we get the start of Merayn leaving.
Yes.
Merayn. I don't know how you say her name. In in the issues that we're talking about, which sets up the Dear John letter coming up. Literally a Dear John letter.
Yes.
And then, setting up the breaking up of Jade and Kyle, and then the young Guardian girl that aged up. We get more of her, and I don't understand. Do we ever see her again after Rob's run?
I can't remember. I mean, there's no mention of her in Rebirth because not
in the Rebirth series. Now, maybe post Rebirth. I don't know. We'll have to, I guess, see once we get there. But
I can't remember. I mean, unless it's just hey, not that again. It's been a while since I read those, but.
Well, because she pops in and says some very cryptic, future-y things.
Yeah,
I don't know if those ever get paid off or not.
You never know, especially when writers change.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, I only have one synopsis for this first one, and it's not even a long one, so yeah, we'll just kind of generally go over these issues, but so Green Lantern 165 from July 2003, A Tiny Spark. Writer Ben Raab, penciler Rick Burchett, inker Rodney Ramos, colorist Moose Bauman, letterer Kurt Hathaway, and editor Bob Schreck. Like I said, it's not a big... Cal tries to recruit new members for a new corps, but no matter all the good he can do and needs to be done, no one is interested. Still look on your face.
I have an issue with that, but...
I was about to say, do you think we're going to be struggling like this until Rebirth? But I'd say maybe till Ron Mars comes back.
Mars comes back, yeah.
But that's only going to be one episode, so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is just me thinking logically, and I get that's not what it doesn't. Me thinking logically is not gelling with the story that they want to tell, and I get that. Okay, but there are literally thousands of former Green Lanterns out there. Mm-hmm. Not 4, right?
Well, I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, but I just took that as, I guess, unless I just headcanon it, or it's like, okay, these 4 are my best shots to saying yes because they are the 4 that showed up.
Oh, yeah, okay. And the other question I have is...
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, yeah.
Those 4 showed up. Is he going to have to go back to Earth to get rings? Or how's that going to work? Is Ganthet going to make him some rings? Are they going to be like Kyle's rings?
I mean, Ganthet made Kyle's ring, but he made it out of Hal's old ring. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And does John's ring have a yellow impurity?
It should, because isn't that old time travel? It's either a copy of it or it's that one time traveling Hal Jordan. That's what I was going to say. We need to track this, but I don't know if it's possible, but we need to track John's ring, because does he get a new one in Rebirth, or is he using that same one? Because he should have the yellow impurity. I mean, unless...
Well, but the yellow impurity is really parallax.
Parallax,
right?
Yeah.
So part of Rebirth is that, if you can recognize fear, you can overcome it.
Yeah, so after we kick Parallax's ass in the Rebirth, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And only the rookies have the impurity, only have to worry about yellow.
Yeah.
But then Parallax... there is no more yellow impurity after a while. So, I don't know. I'm curious, because if he gives them rings, would they have the yellow impurity? Did the rings he give the new core, did they have a yellow impurity?
I'm trying to remember. Did we mention?
I don't remember if that ever came up or not.
But they should. I mean, at this point, Parallax is, well, he's still around, but not in the battery.
He's not in the battery, so if they're charging off the central power battery, then they shouldn't get the yellow impurity, because fear has a new home. That sounds like a tagline.
But but again, it's a retcon, so it's like, who knows?
Yeah. But we also have Guardians now, so they could, why doesn't his ring before the retcon of Rebirth? Why does Kyle's ring not have the yellow impurity? What's the explanation? And if that's the case, then couldn't he? I mean, couldn't he duplicate his ring?
Yeah, but are you gonna say Cal's ring shouldn't have the yellow impurity because after Emerald Twilight, with Parallax going off with Hal, does that take that yellow impurity out of the battery? So,
according to Rebirth, yes.
It's not, oh, hey, Ganthet fixed the ring. It's like, hey, that yellow bug's not in the battery anymore. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yellow fear bug gone. Yes.
That should be the question. It's like, if as John's charging that old ring off of the battery and stuff, and it doesn't have a yellow impurity, shouldn't they be asking, wait a minute, shouldn't John's ring have a yellow impurity? Why does it not have that?
I don't think Rob gets enough time
No.
to actually even think about asking those kind of questions.
No.
I mean, we're 3 issues in, and 2 of those issues are, basically stopping the sun from blowing up, right? Or getting eaten by a time black hole thingy.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
And it's so weird, this first one, like those 4 show up to just say, hey, we showed up to tell you, yeah, we don't want your offer. It's like, what?
Yeah, that seems like we're going to go out of our way to give you the finger. So, which was odd, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. The status quo right now is really weird in the book.
Yeah.
Kyle's out there on his own, but then we still have some Earth stuff going on. John just basically, we haven't seen John do any Green Lantern stuff. Merayn or Merayn or whatever, she alludes to, hey, once you got the ring back, you've been out superhero and nonstop. So,
I get it. John is, at this point, John is the Green Lantern in the JLA book. So,
okay, yeah.
Okay, and here's another thing that seemed weird to me. All of a sudden, Cal and KIlowog are buddy.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I'm like, did we? Besides like Kilowog's ghost, have we ever seen Cal meet KIlowog?
No, this is really kind of the first time.
Because I remember when I first read this when it was brand new, I'm like looking at the number, I'm like, wait a minute, did I miss an issue somewhere? I'm like, where Cal actually met KIlowog? I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, so we deal with KIlowog in the next 3 issues, right? And he comes back fully.
Yeah, I think I think next week. Yeah, I think it's next week's ones. Yeah, but yeah, that's another thing. I was like, wait a minute, since when?
And see, now I think we're within
striking distance of, oh, hey, we're going to bring the Green Lantern Corps back and Hal Jordan.
I think we're within that margin of error where the decisions that they make may or may not be impacted by what they know is coming, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know when they know, but I think it's a fair question to ask at that point.
I think talks have started. It's like, yeah, we're going to bring the Corps back, and it's like, I don't know if they know the Hal Jordan aspect yet, but they're like, yeah, we're bringing the Corps back.
Yeah. And KIlowog who did not start out as the trainer of the Corps.
Yeah.
Who is now the trainer of the Corps.
Yeah, because, John Stewart's got a ring again. KIlowog's back. We're getting a Corps back.
Yeah, I don't think Guy Gardner shows up again until Rebirth, does he?
I don't think. It's definitely not with a ring or anything.
Oh, yeah, because that happens in Rebirth.
Yeah. I can't wait. We're literally retcon that DNA, that Voldarian DNA right out of him.
Rip it out. That's gotta hurt.
Remember that destiny that they said you had? Well, get rid of it.
It's gone.
But no, yeah, like you said, we actually we saw Terry again. I guess he's moving in with his boyfriend and
looks like he's gonna go on a talk show because his parents don't want him to, or his father doesn't want him to.
Yeah, because he said he's gotten like 5 offers. Well, 5 offers this week. Yeah, to go on and tell a story and stuff.
Then he gets a message from his father saying, "You shouldn't do that." Blah blah blah. Okay, well that's exactly.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to remember. I don't know if we do too much more with Terry. He might show up again, but I don't know how much more we're going to get with Terry.
I think he shows up 1 or 2 more issues, according to that list I saw last week. But
because I was going to say after Rob leaves, I don't know if we even see Terry ever again.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then, it was interesting in our interview with a certain Mr. Adams.
Oh, Jeremy Adams, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to play the drop.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. I actually don't have it ready yet, so yeah, go.
Oh, okay, sorry. In our interview with Jeremy Adams, he makes a really good point that it's been a long time since Hal's been back on Earth.
Yes.
But I would counter that it's been even longer for Kyle. Because he basically left around 150, right? 151. He comes back to Earth just in Rebirth, and then boom, he's back out as honor guard living with the Green Lantern Corps book, and he doesn't come back. He hasn't come back.
No, right? That's what I'm saying. We haven't seen him have a day job or living on Earth. No,
Hal was on Earth for a little while
at the beginning of after Rebirth. The
first 12 issues, I think,
something like that. probably before up to Sinestro Corps or the Sinestro War or whatever. It was at least the first year. Yeah, he what was it? The Air Force or whatever.
So you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, you're going in and out a little bit.
Sorry. But no, yeah, that's...
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I just thought, has any Green Lantern had like a day job in how many years?
Yeah, I mean, post-Rebirth, John is stationed on Earth with Hal as his backup, but once they go, once Sinestro Corps War has kicked off and, we're careening into the Blackest Night, they're off Earth pretty much for good at that point. Although John may still hang with the Justice League, right?
When? At what point?
Like pre-Blackest Night?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. John's there for... Yeah, because after a while they do another reboot of Justice League too. But yeah, I think John's in there till... Because Hal doesn't immediately jump back into as like their Green Lantern, so...
Oh, no, he stays out in space. I mean, he's been out in space for, since right before Blackest Night, basically, or right after Sinestro Corps War. And then, so I think that as far as, characters with the most Green Lanterns that have been away from Earth the longest, I would say it's Kyle, probably then Guy, probably then Hal, then John.
Yeah.
I would say. Because, most of the back half of Volume 4, all of New 52, all of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, those guys are all off Earth pretty much full time. During, DC Rebirth, we get Simon and Jessica on Earth.
Yeah.
Or Earth-based, anyway. But everybody else is... Yeah, we haven't had a Green Lantern book focused, not necessarily focused, but with the Green Lantern based on Earth in, one of the four.
Yeah.
In a lot of years.
I haven't read the whole run. I've read a bunch of them. I've even gotten some of the back issues of the Green Lanterns with Simon and Jessica. Did they have day jobs? I can't remember.
I think so. I think Jessica, because she was trying to overcome her fear, I think she has like agoraphobia among others. And I think she maybe got a job as a waitress to try to, confront that. And then Simon worked as a mechanic, I think. I don't know. I haven't read all those either. I've got a bunch of those issues. I just haven't started reading through them yet.
Oh, we're doing a big going to a bunch of comic shops this weekend. Maybe I should try to fill in some of those.
Fill in those gaps.
Yeah, for the Green Lantern series, like the Red Lantern stuff. Yeah.
Larfleeze. Yeah. Sinestro.
Okay, and Rick Burchett, I like his art, and it looks good here, but does Cal, in that splash page in the first issue, does Cal kind of look like Hal a little bit? I mean, this like he has like jet black hair, but doesn't that look like Hal a little bit?
Yeah, and
in the face, the hair, it's...
Yeah, and I'm going to say again that I really dislike that costume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so do I. I mean, for what it is, I think Rick Burchett makes it look good, as good as you can.
He's a really good artist.
Yes. Yeah, but I don't care who's drawn it. I mean, I've seen, there's some of those covers. Jim Lee drew it, and I was like, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So, I think I really don't envy Ben Raab at this point.
No.
Because I feel like, and this is supposition, right? So this is just me. I feel like Ron Mars left the title when it was at not necessarily, maybe not its highest point, but still at kind of a high point.
Yes.
And I don't have the numbers to back this up, but I feel like under Winnick's run, it started going down.
Yes.
And then Rob has a chance. He has 11 months, right? Which is not a huge chance, but he has a chance to try to, right the ship and get it back going again. And I don't think obviously he doesn't do that. I don't necessarily think it's his fault.
Do you think Rob even had a chance to right the ship, or do you think they're like, oh, hey, big changes are coming? They either didn't tell him, or they're like, we don't know the specifics yet, but big changes are coming. So can you just kind of steer the ship until we get a captain and we get a destination in mind or something?
Maybe. I mean, that's a That's as good a guess as any, I think.
And then those last couple months, they knew where they were going, so they're like, you know what? Let's bring in Ron Mars to tie this up, and then we'll just boom, jump the Rebirth.
There we go. Yeah. That's maybe he didn't even have a chance to write the ship. It was, hey, just tell us 11 months worth of Green Lantern stories.
Yeah, just keep us going till
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that art is good, but yeah, I don't like that suit.
Yeah, I know. I just
the logo, the emblem is just too plain, and just again, what's with all the like by the knees there, like all the textures and just it's made from green energy. It doesn't have to look like real clothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Nice share, by the way.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yes.
So, in that first issue, he just keeps trying.
Yes.
And he'll keep trying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. I don't know how big the Black Circle Syndicate is, but we need the entire Green Lantern Corps to bring it down.
I don't think so. I mean,
or at least like a big enough. I mean, I don't know. Cal and like Kilowog, and we have access to John Stewart. Can't bring down this mafia who as far as I know,
Jade.
Yeah. But I don't think they have that big of a heavy hitters that 4 or 5 Green Lanterns can't take it down, because we have Alan.
And this really gets, I think, at the heart of what is it? The 167, right?
Yeah.
Kyle is fighting the bounty hunter, who I can't even remember the name of.
Is it? Hold on, I'll look it up. But is it Shiloh? No, something Nova or something, or
I think so. Yeah. So Kyle is out there performing this pretty amazing feat of, stopping the sun from getting eaten by time or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a weird black hole thing, or it accelerates the life of a star until it just implodes on itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiro Nova, Shiro. Yeah.
So Kyle's doing this really amazing thing, and he's having trouble with a humanoid bounty hunter. I mean, it's like...
I don't know. I don't know if it was explained well, but I guess I just always headcanoned it, where it's just like, oh, this guy's supposed to be like a space ninja. It's like, haha, I can dodge your attack. Haha.
Bubble. Sorry.
Exactly. But again, containing, something that's going to destroy us, once again, he contained the supernova. Now he's containing this. I don't know.
Well, and I know this is post-rebirth, post-DC rebirth, but during the Grant Morrison run, Hal basically blips a new universe, right?
Whoa! Language!
Because this one's about to get overwritten, so he just says, okay, cool. And he uses the ring. Because it's a 2-page sequence that I just absolutely love from that, which is awesome. But the thing about Morrison's run is that while it was cool, it was very much an homage to the Silver Age.
Yeah, with a Grant Morrison twist, yeah.
Yeah, with a Grant Morrison twist. And, I enjoyed it. There were things about it I really, really liked, and things about it that I didn't like as much. But it was a huge departure from everything that came before, and then the Jeffrey Thorne run that came after.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it kind of stands on its own.
Yeah.
And we'll get there, I'm sure.
Well, again, too, it's so different because like Grant Morrison's run was so heavily Hal, and then Jeffrey Thorne's was like basically we're going to do everything but Hal. Yeah, and it was more focused on John. Yeah, which is great. John's a great character, and we, part of me wanted to see how John's story was going to end by Thorne, but I don't think we're ever actually going to get that. Yeah, at this point. So, I am looking forward to Jeremy Adams on the title in about a month, right? 6 weeks? I think it's in May, I think. Yeah, so I mean, I forget what, yeah. But again, yeah, I wonder how they're gonna do John, because Philip Kennedy Johnson's writing that John backup. So what are we, wonder if he's gonna address any of that Jeffrey Thorne stuff or just. Well, and we talked to Jeremy about, hey, the 2814 is quarantined by the
Guardians. What Guardians? What controllers?
Well, once again,
What Zamarans?
I think even if it's one line, he's going to explain something because he even called himself a continuity whore. So it's like I think I think it was just hey, I can't spoil everything, but
which is fine. Which is why I said are you going to address it? And I don't want to know how you're going to address it because I want to read the issue cold. But as long as it's because like he said, the DC nerd continuity DC continuity nerd brain is if it should make sense because if it doesn't make sense that means it's even harder for the reader to believe it. So
I mean at this point I think the Guardians are like the Asgardians where it's like every couple of years Ragnarok hits and they all die and then a couple of years later they're back.
Yeah. Which actually conveniently brings us back to the point of the Green Lanterns in this issue. Because how the DC universe at this point, if we start from Man of Steel and kind of backfill stuff with, whatever, maybe 12 years of continuity should have built up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can fold stuff away to Earth 2, and, you can mess with continuity a little bit. But 10 or 12 years, right? Superman's been around 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, how long was Hal a Green Lantern?
Oh, yes.
Was he a Green Lantern for 6 of those years? 8 of those years? Was he just 3 of them? Because if he was just 3, then was he a Green Lantern before Superman? No, I don't think so. So, I mean, which then brings us to how long has Kyle been a Green Lantern, right? I mean, obviously, almost 10 years in real time.
Again, there's been cracks in continuity since Crisis because it's like once they rebooted, it's like Wonder Woman first shows up in Legends, and everyone else is already around. But that was already the point where we had the Green Lantern core book, and it's just like, okay, so
what's the continuity here?
Hal's handing his ring off to John like years before Wonder Woman shows up, and it's just
but I mean and the reason I bring that up is because all of those Green Lanterns that lost their rings and lost their power. There was a bunch of them during the Green Lantern Corps book because they of what they did at the end of Green Lantern Corps. There was only a handful of rings that still worked, right? For Action Comics Weekly. Sorry, and so all of those Green Lanterns are still out there. Then we start rebuilding the Corps. Emerald Twilight happens. I mean, what was it like? A month or two between. I mean, of continuity time. I mean, we don't really know. So, and the reason I bring that up is because for a lot of those Green Lanterns that their rings no longer functioned, it's not going to be very long since the biggest part of their life was being a Green Lantern, and now they would have a chance to come back to it. It just seems kind of. I mean, like I said, I understand the point of the story.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they explained why.
Was it just, oh, hey, Earthman, another Earthman destroyed the Corps, why are we going to follow you? Or it's like, oh, hey, Ganthet, this all happened under your watch.
Yeah.
Why should we trust you again?
I don't know. It just seems like it's almost like if they want to rebuild the Corps quickly, they can, because guess what happens between Rebirth number 6 and Green Lantern number 1? Boom, we've got 7,200 lanterns. Go.
Yeah. Again, I think it's for the sake of story because they just don't want to build it. It's just like, it's not that easy. Well,
which is really interesting because if you look at pre-Emerald Twilight, we won't mention that writer, he was building the Corps slow.
Yes.
Right? And we got up to about 12. Guy got ejected for reasons.
Yes.
But we got up to about 12, and then Emerald Twilight happened, and we never got past that. So it feels like if you build slow, it'll never make it to get up. And if you just do it, like, hey, this happened between this issue and this issue, it's done.
Because you have to do a lot behind the scenes because it's like, we're going to sit here and watch them like do 3,600 or 7,200.
Yeah. Hi, Green Lantern. 3,214.1. Hi, Green Lantern 3,214.2. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Your great grandchildren when they're middle aged will tell you, oh, hey, it's finally done. We got them off.
Yeah, it's finally done. But so would you say at this point that there's a real maybe not yearning, but a real desire to have a lot of the trappings of the Green Lantern mythology back. I mean, we've got Oa back. We've got a central power back.
Oh, yeah, I think they were I don't know what the full plan was, but I think, yeah, they were like, we need to start introducing more aspects of this, definitely. Oh, but before we run out of time, can I talk about another problem? I mean, you mentioned Merayn, but it just, after her talk with Jade, she was just like, John, it's like, she was like, you're never here. I'm always here by myself. So what's my solution?
I just sit here. Yeah.
So what's my solution? I'm gonna move out and live on my own. I'm sick of being by myself, so I'm going to move out and be on my own.
And this loneliness won't leave me alone. Sorry, to quote a song.
Because Jade even told her, she's like, we'll find out who you are. That's based. I guess it's based like get a job or
Well, and you would think that the Dark Stars are no more. We have one Dark Star.
Yes.
Although in DC Rebirth, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, we get a Dark Star arc. I think I haven't read it. I've read some of it, but you would think that in attempting to rebuild the Corps, they would look to former Dark Stars and former Green Lanterns.
Oh, true. Yeah.
They kind of have what it takes for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they could have pulled it, because they pulled John Stewart, a former Green Lantern, to be a Dark Star. They could have pulled the opposite.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think we see her again after she, writes John his note.
I don't think.
Issues.
Yeah, no.
Which is kind of, I feel like it's a waste of, her character.
Yeah, because they'd be like, they give her that old life back, and And again, I mean, there's the other thing. It's like, why wouldn't Cal be like, oh, if he's looking for Green Lanterns, hey, John, when you were headed to Dark Stars, do you know of anybody I should go to?
Yeah. Oh, how about my girlfriend?
Who Cal knows.
Who he knows, and John knows is like, this ring can duplicate itself. Would you like to be a Green Lantern?
I know.
That's really lame.
Seriously, Cal, you don't have to even come home to do it. John can duplicate that ring and give her one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, logic doesn't always play into a lot of the decisions that get made, and I think Rob is doing it's not bad. It's just not great. There's nothing that really makes it stand out.
I'm trying to remember how the rest of the run goes, but I mean, this seemed like generic superhero where it's like, do you think maybe that's a response to maybe they asked him to do that because Judd, like I said before, Judd Winnick went so far into, Cal Rayner's personal life and some issues we got barely any superhero stuff. So,
yeah, I don't know. I guess it's possible, but and then the two issues where we get introduced to the storm chasers, for lack of a better word.
Oh yes.
And so the head of that ship that the official space government lady that was the captain of that ship, she calls into the bad guy and then gets her ship blown up because she's loyal. Is that what did I read that right?
That's what it looked like to me. Very good. You did exactly what I said. So now I will blow you up.
Bwahaha. Sorry. I thought that was really, really weird and very, evil mastermind kind of 101 type stuff. Like, what? You want people to, be loyal? Don't you reward them? Oh, I'm going to reward you with death. I don't reward. We don't know what that word does not mean what you think.
Yeah, that's not going to build loyalty among the others. Yeah.
I don't know. I am curious because I have not read these issues. So, I mean, I've read 165, 166, and 167, but I've not read the upcoming issues yet. Does the events that he's setting into motion get resolved before Ron Mars comes on? I mean, does he finish on? Does he fix the Black Circle? Capture the Black.
I'm trying to remember. Like I said, I don't remember all the details, but I think I'm pretty sure I remember a showdown with the Black Circle and stuff. But
Amon, sir.
I'm pretty sure. Like I said, it's been years since I've read those, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see some kind of 175, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't we see Amon, sir, post rebirth as well? Doesn't he become like a Yellow Lantern?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. That sounds familiar.
He does.
Yeah. Like I said, my memory's spotty on those, but yeah, I think so.
Well, we are, and I don't mean this. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you're much more. I mean, I'm kind of a Kyle fan too,
Yeah.
to be honest, because those issues by Mars and Banks and
Yeah.
Jeff Johnson,
Yeah.
those are some good solid superhero comics.
Yeah.
I'm obviously more of a Hal fan. I think you're more of a Kyle fan, which
Yes.
hey.
Yeah.
As a Hal
Of course,
fan,
Hal Jordan.
yes. I feel like we are on the cusp of a really strong decade, really.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 years
Mm-hmm.
of probably the best that Green Lantern has ever been. Hopefully it's going to be even better with Jeremy Adams, but we don't have anything to read yet. But
Yeah.
that 10-year with Jeff Johns writing it, all the great artists he had on the book,
Oh, yeah.
Green Lantern Corps, and then the New 52 reboot with all of the events, War of the Green Lanterns, Blackest Night, Sinestro Corps War, all of these things.
Oh, yeah.
There's
definitely going to be a lot more happening, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it seems that, we're on the cusp of, almost the greatest period in Green Lantern,
Yeah.
history, right? Now, I hope that that's just prelude to even better times to come.
I hope so,
right?
too, yes.
But, it's kind of exciting that, we're still reading this. We know what's coming. And plus we're getting new stuff, within the next month. So
Yes.
it's a cool place to be. I don't know if it's fair to judge Ben Raab's work on these issues, because I don't know if he had a larger plan and it was derailed, or if it was just these are going to be short one-shot stories and not connected. I mean, because we had a single issue and kind of a two-parter, and then we've got one or two parters coming up, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I feel like it's solid. It's just not great, but it's not bad, right?
And do you think it's Ben Raab is like kind of trying to change the reason Kyle's out here? It's gone from I've lost my faith in humanity to I have to restart the Green Lantern Corps,
which is interesting, yeah, because it's he may be using that as an excuse so he doesn't have to go home.
Yeah,
and that's that's reasonable, I think, but I still don't. We've chatted about this before, and Winnick's reason for Kyle going to space just doesn't ring true.
Yeah.
I've lost my faith in humanity. Well, your friend is there in a hospital bed. He needs you.
Exactly.
And, I don't know.
All right. Anything?
That's about it, man.
I was going to say, anything else? All right. Well, this is how short the Ben Raab run is. The next 2 episodes are it for the Ben Raab run.
Exactly.
Because, yes, next...
How does he keep the same... the artists we had for these 3 issues, are they all was it all the same, or was it different?
I can't remember. On some of them, I think it is. I can't remember if it's all of them or not.
Okay. Because, honestly, that doesn't help, because
Oh, if it jumps.
One of the great things was the consistency of Ron Mars's run is having Daryl Banks, month in and month out, or Jeff Johnson pitch hitting.
Yes.
In an issue, and because the book kept a similar look, but I think when we were talking last week about the Black Circle crossover or whatever the heck it was named.
Yeah.
It had a single artist for the entire arc for Green Arrow and for Green Lantern. And while the art worked for Green Arrow, it was just totally wrong for Green Lantern. So it was, if you're reading Green Lantern, it's really kind of uneven.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, but yes, next week we'll be doing Green Lantern 168 through 170. Wonder if I get low for that episode.
Potentially.
Yes. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to wrap up Ben Raab's run already. Green Lantern 171 through 175. So, and then, in 3 weeks, we'll get through the Ron Mars arc to wrap up this series of Green Lantern, which we've been on since almost the beginning. Yes, this volume.
Volume 3 since episode 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah. And then, the week after that, we'll do that Spectre arc from JSA 60 through 62, and then Green Lantern Rebirth.
What? We're almost there?
Yep.
Gosh, I had no idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Episode 118 will be Green Lantern Rebirth.
Nice.
All right. So,
Oh, and there's also something coming up perhaps next week.
Oh, yes.
That won't be released for a while.
Oh, yes, it'll hit the Patreon first, but yes, me, Will, and yes, we should have our good old friend Matt Kona back to do the Quantum Zone, yes, with, yes, Quasar, Fantastic Four, so don't miss that.
Mark Waid,
yes.
Mike Waringo.
Oh, yeah. I already read him. I forgot how great that was, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, so stay tuned for all that, and send us your thoughts on all the upcoming stuff, or this one. Are we crazy? Did you like these issues better than we did? Yeah. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find everything Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise, everything basically at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network, including our Patreon. So yeah, if you want early access to that Quantum Zone episode, yes, weeks in advance, yes, go subscribe to the Patreon. All right, Mr. Will Allred, Master of the Core, Master of the Quantum Zone, Master of the Kickstarter, and the Quantum. Did I say Quantum Zone? Kickstarter, yes, Master of everything. Where can people get a hold of you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and other places as well, I'm sure. And if you'd like to check out the comics that I write, you can check out Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. We're prepping for a hardcover collection of the first 4 issues that'll be hitting Kickstarter within the month, I hope. Not this month, since we're, like 2 days left in this month, but in April. And if you'd like to check out Diary of Night, you can check that out at diaryofnight.com. And Phil is not the only awesome podcaster that I annoy on a regular basis. That would be Kevin Joseph, writer of Tart. We do a show called Explain Yourself, where we bring on comic Kickstarter creators and showcase their ongoing projects. Try to get more eyeballs on them. Because the more comics we have in the world, the better. And finally, you obviously have great taste because you're here listening to us, or perhaps even watching us. Ooh, that's creepy. But that means you probably love Quasar too, and if you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org. I'll put it in my navel.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I am God. I, of course, know Hal Jordan.
All those drops from the Quantum Zone, kids. So yes, you can watch those on our YouTube channel. There's a playlist.
Well, 156 episodes?
Might be 153 or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty there, kids. Most of them live reads, so
yeah, we did a lot of live reads, which
at least
counts for many of those strange drops that we hear sometimes.
I mean, the 60 issues of Quasar, some of the Avengers issues. So yeah, there's a lot of live reads there. Live and in person. Yes, Doom getting hit in the face with a cupcake. It's been a while since I've reminded you of that.
Yes. What was it? Granny's cupcake?
Yes, Grage's grandmother. Yes. See, well, remember when you're reading some of these Green Lantern issues, it could be worse.
Oh, it can always be worse.
All right, so yes, join us next time, Green Lantern 168 through 170. Or as we call it here, KIlowog gets his groove back.
That's right. How KIlowog got his groove back.
Yes. Kyle Rayner's good buddy. All right, kids, come back next time, and remember, don't be doing funny things with the sun. Good night.
Hi, I'm one of the High Priests of Khonshu Ray, and I have the sacred privilege of providing you, the loony listener, with a podcast honouring Marvel's very own Moon Knight. So join me and a host of others at Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. it's time to get your conchu on.